Did our animals once graze on hemp? The missing CBD link in our food chain. Let's be honest, nobody in the food industry is ever going to sit you down and say, "Hey, by the way, your great-grandparents were probably getting natural cannabinoids through their food." But that's exactly what I want you to think about. For most of human history, before fenced feedlots and government bans, animals we ate grazed. They roamed pastures, riverbanks, and field edges. And out there in the wild, one plant kept showing up over and over: hemp. Not the modern, high-THC, get-high marijuana people picture today, but traditional wild hemp, a tough, nutrient-dense, medicinal plant that grew like a weed because it was one. The question nobody asks. Here's the question that gets under my skin in the best way. If cows, goats, sheep, and other animals once grazed freely on wild hemp, and then we ate them, were we quietly consuming cannabinoids the whole time without ever knowing it? We get so fixated on CBD oil in dropper bottles that we forget how God usually works. Through systems, through soil, through plants, through animals, then finally through us. Every mammal has an endocannabinoid system, ECS. You, me, cows, goats, deer, dogs. We all have something called the endocannabinoid system, ECS. It's a built-in balancing system God wired into our bodies to help regulate mood, pain, inflammation, sleep, and more. So ask yourself, why would God design an entire system in the body that responds to cannabinoids, and then not surround creation with natural sources of cannabinoids? When animals grazed on wild hemp, this is likely what happened. They ate hemp leaves, flowers, and seeds in the pasture. They took in plant cannabinoids like CBD, CBG, plus terpenes and omega fats. Those compounds were stored in their fat, tissues, and milk. We ate the meat, drank the milk, churned the butter, made the cheese, simmered the bone broth. And we quietly took in low-level cannabinoids as part of a normal, God-given diet. No tincture bottles. No marketing campaigns. No, try our new CBD gummies. Just nature doing its job. How we broke the chain. Fast forward to the last 100-plus years. Hemp gets outlawed and demonized. Animals are taken off open pasture and shoved into feedlots. They're fed corn, soy, and fillers instead of wild plants and herbs. Their diet shifts from God-made diversity to man-made efficiency. We didn't just lose hemp as a textile and rope plant. We likely lost an entire food chain delivery system of cannabinoids. Our great-great-grandparents were probably eating animals that grazed on wild plants, including hemp, taking in tiny amounts of cannabinoids through meat, fat, milk, and broth, living with less chronic inflammation and fewer mystery illnesses. Meanwhile, our generation eats stressed animals raised on grains they were never designed to live on, has almost zero natural cannabinoid exposure in food, is drowning in autoimmune issues, anxiety, pain, and inflammation. Hemp in the ancient world. Of course, animals ate it. Hemp is one of the oldest cultivated plants on Earth. It grew along rivers and waterways, at the edges of fields and farms, in wild, open land where livestock grazed. Do I believe Bible-era animals got into wild hemp? Absolutely. Goats will climb a tree for a leaf. You really think they walked past a giant, leafy hemp plant and said, "No thanks, I'm watching my diet"? If the animals ate it, then humans who ate them were connected to that plant too. Not by getting high, not by chasing a buzz, but by participating in a natural nutrient chain we barely even talk about today. From hemp to health crisis. When we removed hemp from the landscape and pasture from the animals, we changed more than farming. We changed biology. Look around. Inflammation is through the roof. Anxiety and sleep problems are normal now. Autoimmune conditions are everywhere. People are in pain younger and younger. I'm not saying hemp alone is the magic fix, but I am saying this. It's pretty suspicious that we banned a plant that fed our animals, clothed our bodies, built our ropes and sails, and likely nourished our endocannabinoid systems, quietly, naturally, daily. So what do we do now? We can't undo a century of bad policy overnight, but we can start asking better questions. What were our animals eating before factory farming? What did we remove from their diet, and ours, when we banned hemp? Is our endocannabinoid system starving for what the modern food system no longer supplies? We talk about grass-fed all the time. Maybe it's time we talk about herb-fed too. Animals grazing diverse pastures, wild plants, and yes, historically likely hemp. I believe God designed the land, the plants, the animals, and our bodies to work together. When man steps in and says, "We know better," there is always a price to pay. A final thought. Maybe the real war on drugs wasn't about protecting us. Maybe it was about cutting us off from plants that help regulate our God-given systems, from animals eating what they were designed to eat, and from us quietly receiving those benefits at the dinner table. The more I learn, the more it feels like this. We didn't just ban a plant. We unplugged an entire hemp, animal, human connection. And our bodies have been shouting about it ever since. It's time to start listening. Thanks for listening. Did you enjoy this video? If so, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share. This is American Nana, standing for truth, wellness, and the American way.